prompts for chapter 2. Signed up for the class, so they canceled it. Hello, good morning. It is Wednesday, May 13th. It's been a couple days since I last recorded. It's around 10:30. Already tidied up the apartment a little bit, so now it is time to work on my morning pages. It's a bit rainy and dark today, so the road noise might be a little loud. But before I get started on that, I wanted to give you an update on my first artist date, which was on Saturday. I did the forest restoration with Green Seattle, and it was so much fun. So I think we were supposed to be mulching, but when we got there, we actually switched to pulling English ivy, which is invasive. And we just did that for the 2.5 hours. We did take a break halfway through, and then also we put all the ivy we pulled into big compost piles. But for the most part, I was on a little hill, and I had my gloves on, and I had my little, it was like a hand hoe, and I was just like in there pulling ivy up, digging the roots up. Yeah, it was so much fun. For the next, honestly still now, but for the next several days, my body was so sore. It was such a good workout, like full body workout. Like unexpectedly my legs were sore, but it was so much fun, and I definitely think I will be doing that again, especially if I can find any that are either close to where I live or close to like a light rail station. I loved it. Also, there sadly has been a change of plans with the ceramics class I was going to take. The class I was going to take was a 4-week hand building class, and unfortunately they didn't have enough people sign up for the class, so they canceled it. But I was able to transfer to another class, and they gave me a discount on the price difference because this is a 8-week wheel throwing class. Twice as long as what I had originally planned on doing, and also wheel throwing instead of hand building, which I am interested in learning wheel throwing, so it's fine. And the discount made it a very reasonable transfer, even though it is still quite expensive to take. Now, my original class was supposed to be on Tuesday, and now my current class isn't until the weekend. So I think for this video I will vlog. We'll do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then I'll come back on Sunday and give you an update on how my second artist date went. And this week we are doing week 2 of the Artist Way, and I'm really excited. I still need to do my writing prompts for the week, and I like week 2. The prompts and the chapter reading for week 2 are way better than week 1, so I need to do those later, either later or tomorrow. But first, I need to get started on finishing my writing for the morning pages, and then doing my sketchbook work. This is where I'm stopping for now on today's page. I was trying to work on just some simple shapes and I like how it came out. The only thing I'm not sure about is I'm slightly considering painting over the background with a very thin layer of this like light blue, but I'm not sure, so we'll wait. It's almost time to go to the farmer's market, so I need to get ready to go. We're back. It was raining, so I didn't bring my camera, but it was actually really nice, so I could have brought it. But we got a lot more this time than last time. We got more mushrooms. We got black pearl this time. We got 2 of these, and then they had these like bags of seconds, so like kind of ugly mushrooms, and we got a bag of those. Seems like they're blue oyster mushroom tomatoes. And then we also stopped at the grocery store and we got some nectarines. And then from the Asian greens guy, we got 2 bundles of the, what is it? Something like that. 2 bundles of those. Really like these. And then I think that's all from the farmer's market, but we also got 2 things of oat milk, some white sugar, more Japanese sweet potatoes, an onion. We picked out a pineapple. Got a little bit of yogurt and some chili flakes just for now until we go to the Asian market in a couple days. And that's everything. It is now quite a bit later. We had lunch, cut open the pineapple, we ate most of it. It was really good. It's really bright. And my last thing to do for the day is to do the writing prompts for chapter 2. I already went through and read through the chapter 2 or week 2 section. Like last week, I underlined a bunch of stuff, so I will transfer those into my notebook and then I will do the writing prompts. I know one of the prompts is the 10 tiny changes, so I think from that list I will pick out some of those things to do tomorrow. A lot to do for this week. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but I'm just going to sit down and start working my way through them. It's 7 o'clock now. Ideally, I would like to import this footage and the audio clips into my computer and format them, but I don't get to that. That's okay, I can do it tomorrow morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's good.
Like yogurt?
Yeah, it tastes like yogurt.
Okay, this is where I'm at on this. Finished this one, did not finish this one. I just put the base level layers down. But honestly, I do not want to work on this right now. Like, not even a little bit. And I don't think I've ever drawn a pigeon before. I think I'm gonna need to like clean up the edges and stuff and fix the shape of it, but I'm gonna be done with this for now, and then if I feel like it, I might work on it some more later. But I just finished eating lunch and I'm really tired, so I'm thinking about taking a nap. I also need to work on video editing, and the kitchen really needs cleaned. Again, I had a whole list of things I wanted to do today, but didn't sleep very good, tired, so I don't know how much I'm going to get to, but I guess we'll see. Hello, it is now Friday, May 15th. I kind of unexpectedly got pulled into editing this morning. I planned on just taking the footage from last night and formatting it and throwing it into DaVinci so that it would be ready. And then I was like, well, I'll just go through and do a rough cut real quick. And then I just kind of started editing. So on the plus side, I have finished the rough cut for this video so far, which is great. I've been trying to be better about somewhat editing as I go, at least formatting and putting things into the program and kind of cutting out some basic stuff just so that when I do edit it, it's less of like this massive job and I can get it done much quicker. Editing used to take me 3 full days, and now I can get it done in like 1 work day. I do usually work late on those days, but I have cut editing time down a lot by doing that, and then also just being more specific about what I'm recording, which I think is really cool. So I did that this morning, which is cool because that's actually a really big head start on editing this video. But it is now almost 1:30 and I still need to do my morning pages. I never finished painting the pigeon yesterday. I think I'll just leave it for now, and then maybe someday when I need like an easy thing to work on, I can do that because it's already started. But I think for today I'm going to maybe just do some portrait sketching, just something that's a little bit easier and not so time heavy. And before that I need to do my writing, and then I'll take a look at the rest of the goals that I kind of hoped to get done this week. On the plus side, I slept much better last night, so I'm feeling a lot better today, and I think I should have a lot of energy to get a lot done. Plus, lunch is already made because we can just have leftovers, so don't have to worry about that. Okay, I finished my writing, so now it's time to work in my sketchbook. I was going to do portrait drawings, but I was talking to Bo about sketching with pen, and it reminded me of this book I have. This one. But yeah, it made me kind of want to do some like ink stuff with maybe just my fountain pen. Maybe I'll just do some, like split the spread into like 4 sections or something and do some sketches. I kind of want to do a like acrylic painting on that board I painted, so it would be cool to have some kind of like ideas sketched out. So I'm gonna try that. There's a good chance that since I won't be able to erase that, it might be messy and like ugly, but I think it'll be a good exercise and it sounds fun, so I'm gonna try that. Okay, it is finally done. It's 7:30, so I am going to stop for the night. I think thinking that I could do something like this quickly was a little bit ambitious. I mean, I took a lot of breaks, but I think I started working around 1. I have watched some videos and I took a really long lunch, so it's not like I worked on it the whole time. So I am going to stop here for the night and go ahead and import everything I recorded today, and then I will check back in with you on Sunday, and then maybe we can also do a recap of all the art I've made for the past 2 weeks. But that's almost 2 weeks done. 2 more days, and then that will be 2 weeks. It is now Sunday, my first class. It went really well. So the class was 3 hours, and he showed us how to make a like mug on the wheel and then let us try to see if we could get it. And I spent the first 2 hours though under working on my first bowl. Couldn't quite get the mug shape, but so I made one bowl. And then after I made the first one, I kind of, for the good portion of making the first bowl, I realized I was doing everything left-handed, which wasn't working very well. So for the second one, he switched the wheel so it'd go the other direction for me, so I could work left-handed instead of right-handed, which was interesting, but it was much easier after that. And I spent the last probably not quite an hour, maybe 45 minutes making my second bowl, which came out a lot nicer. And yeah, it went really well. It was a lot of fun. I'm wore out. It was a little bit more physical than I was expecting. Scraped off a little bit of one of my fingers. Yeah, it went great. And just a second, I will record a recap of all the art I've made in the past 2 weeks. I think I'm going to consider the bowls I made in class my art for the day. I'm not going to force myself to also do sketchbook pages after having a 3-hour class, like pottery class. I need to wash this. These are my apron and hand towel. It was a good time. I'm happy that I signed up for the class, and I'm excited to see what happens over the next 7 weeks, I guess. Let's do the art recap real quick. While I flip through my sketchbook, I figured we could go over my week 2 check-in together. So I did all 7 days of my morning pages or sketchbook pages, art making, whatever. I mostly did sketchbook stuff. So I did portraits on Monday, some pottery ideas on Tuesday. I did those outfit shape paintings on Wednesday. I worked in my travel sketchbook on Thursday. I did the ink sketches on Friday. Over the weekend, I worked on my bowls I made in class, and I did some pixel art and game art for a game Bo and I are working on together. My thoughts so far are that it's really nice making a lot of art throughout the week in whatever form, just letting myself try whatever I want. Since I have to make something every day, I'm less worried about what I pick to do, since I can just do something different tomorrow if I want to. I really didn't want to do it some days. I was so over it on Thursday, I didn't even finish my second page of the sketchbook painting I was doing, and when I did the game stuff, I only did one sketchbook page, although I did do a lot of digital work on Procreate for that. For my artist day, as you know, I did my wheel throwing class, and that will be my date for a while unless I want to do something extra during the week, or if it stops feeling like a special date for my artist. It was a little awkward for my first class since I went to class on my own, and a lot of people did come in pairs, but it was completely fine and it felt good to do something for myself. My only issue this week was sleep. If I didn't get enough sleep the night before, I didn't want to do my pages at all, so I need to make sure I get to bed on time if I want to feel good about doing my pages. And yeah, that's week 2. That's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video if you liked it, and I will see you soon for the next one.